Yo, UFC Seattle took place past Saturday. I just want to do a quick little recap, rapid fire recap. You guys know the drill. So let's start with the main event. Israel Adesanya got absolutely fucking knocked out by Joe Pyfer. Not knocked out, TKO'd really. Israel Adesanya looked fantastic. He was looking really good. He was controlling the entire fight. And then honestly, he just tried to pull like a Alex Pereira Oda moment. And when he tries to do that, man, every single time he gets put in a bad spot. Same thing happened with Dricka 2+C. He points to the ground, whatever, blah, blah, tries to make an Oda moment, and then gets absolutely obliterated. Same happened afterwards. Tries to do like the no, ref, step aside and fight with Imavov, and then gets knocked out. Then with Joe Pyfer, he's getting him against the cage, starts to wail on him, starts to beat him up a little bit, and then just starts staying completely still. He wants like a counter hook or something, and he just doesn't get it. He gets hit once, then twice. He kind of smiles it off. Then a third time, then he starts walking back and starts getting hurt. And it's just every single time that you try to do any Auda moment, you get obliterated. Brother, stick to the basics, please. You were dominating the entire fight versus Joe Pyfer, but your Auda need, your greed consumed you. That really is all it is. So anyways, very fortunate, but Joe Pyfer did win, and he's pretty chill, so I'm not completely mad at it. But anyways, we move on. Next up, we got Grasso versus Mayce Barber. This has to be 100% one of the most vicious finishes I have ever seen in my life, especially for WMMA. As far as WMMA goes, I put this number one. Some people were saying Ronda Rousey getting knocked out. No. This was fucking nasty. This was nasty. Grasso kind of baits her into with a southpaw switch position and then goes into a 1-2. Perfect left straight to the chin. Twists her around, hits her with a right hook. Nasty right hook to the jaw, and then kind of loads it up again. And as she punches that right hook, she grabs the rear naked choke and chokes her so fucking tight that Mayce Barber starts flaying her arms around and starts biting her own tongue. And then after that, once the ref stopped it, about 3 seconds later, she just dropped to the ground and completely passed out with her eyes open, which was very bizarre because everybody was starting to think, man, maybe she's hurt. Because her eyes are open, her eyes are moving, she's breathing, but she is not moving a muscle, which is insane because seriously, I thought her neck was broken. I thought she had a neck injury. I thought she was going to fucking die. I thought we were going to see the first death in UFC history. So Grasso came back with the win. I'm glad I got that one right. Last minute change in prediction. So yeah, Grasso takes the greatest knockout, female WMMA knockout of all time. Next up, we got Michael Chiesa versus Nico Price. Now this one's, again, a bullshit fight. Now, obviously everyone predicted Michael Chiesa, and yeah, of course he was going to win. He got a round one submission. But Michael Chiesa got a send-off, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure, good retirement, brother. But Nico Price also retired, and he got nothing. He got shit for it. Which is insane because he got like 20 fights in the UFC. Now, sure, he's no champion or anything, but come on, the guy's been here for 20 years. The least he can do is give him a microphone and have him say, "This is it, guys. Thank you so much. Have a round of applause." But that was bullshit. So, anyways, next up we got Julian Rosa, Larian Douglas. Again, Julian Rosa, it's all flukes, brother. Larian Douglas knocks him out round one. Next up we got Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yusuf Belgoudi. Now, again, Mansour, if he can't knock you out with a big punch, he don't got much. So Yusuf Belgoudi kind of messed him up with the calf kicks at the start of the fight. Absolutely slowed him down, and then just teed off on him for the next 3 rounds. Now, his cardio did start to fail, but his chin held up because he did get tagged with a couple of shots by Mansour, and he's still stuck in there. So he's got a good chin. He's got a good game plan. I do feel like if somebody is really willing to just jump in there, I feel like he can get knocked out, which it worries me. But as of right now, Belgoudi has been doing pretty good, and I'm a fan. So he wins by knockout third round, round 3. Next up, we got Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. Now, this one, phenomenal. Terrence McKinney, T-Rex, my boy, got an absolute fucking nasty knockout for round 1. A TKO really, but a head kick. It landed on the arm of Kyle Nelson, and it still knocked him down. So that's how hard this guy hits. So yeah, he gets the first round knockout. Pretty fucking sick. I love it. Next up, we got prelims. We got Ignacio Bahamondes versus a cheating bitch. So Ignacio Bahamondes is winning the first and second round, almost TKOs the cheating bitch, and then the cheating bitch grabs a fence, holds himself on the fence for like 4 seconds while Ignacio Bahamondes is trying to get a takedown, and then after that, he gets like the reversal position, lands on top of Ignacio Bahamondes, starts putting in some nasty ground and pound for an off, but then he does a illegal headbutt. He jumps into the air basically and lands with his head on Ignacio Bahamondes' chin. And Tafik Musayev is he's an absolute cheat, a disgrace to the sport. I hate him. He's nasty to fucking look at. That's how much I hate this man. So screw him. Yes, he won the decision, but fuck you. You're a cheater. Fuck off. Next up, we got Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson. Lance Gibson, Chase Hooper. That was my worry. Chase Hooper really needs to go to Thailand and just do some Muay Thai for a couple years, brother. Because golly, you look afraid. You look afraid to stand and bang, and you can't be doing that. You have the length. You have the long ass legs. I've trained with guys with his build, and I swear it's so difficult to cut the distance when they know what they're doing. But Chase Hooper's just not violent. He's not violent, and you need to be. Especially when you have that build. Again, it's so difficult to close the distance in with these guys that know how to strike. So Chase Superman, brother, go to Thailand. Anyway, so he gets knocked out in round 1. Next up, we got Marcin Tybura versus Tyrell Fortune. Tyrell Fortune won, but Marcin Tybura could have won. He could have won. He could have taken a decision, but he just didn't want enough because he's a fat blob. And now this one was funny because Bruce Buffer did announce Marcin Tybura as the decision win. And then afterwards had to get on the mic and say, yo, I apologize. I got it wrong. It was Tyrell Fortune. So good for him because that would have been a big bummer. Now, next up, we got Casey O'Neill versus Gabriela Fernandez. I went with Gabriela Fernandez. She got obliterated. Good on Casey O'Neill. She actually knocked her out in round 1. And honestly, it was a pretty nasty knockout. It was a pretty nasty finish. Hit her with a bunch of 1-2s, left hook, and straight to the nose and just obliterated her. So that was nice. Now, next up, we got Navajo Sterling versus Bruno Lopez. Like I said, I did think Bruno Lopez was going to put a little bit more of a fight. He did drag it on to the second round. Navajo Sterling did get that win, second round TKO, but it didn't look that pretty, if I'm being honest. I don't think Navajo Sterling is going to be as good as we wanted him to be. I think he's going to be a little bit more of a decision merchant and a little bit of a, pity pat, tip and tap, and then potentially probably going to get knocked out once he goes into like the top 10s and top 5s. So anyways, he gets a second round knockout. That's that. Next up, we got Ricky Simon versus Adrian Yanez. Like I said, 2 of the most difficult guys to predict. Adrian Yanez looked phenomenal, but potentially lost the first 2 rounds. Ricky Simon looked like shit, but potentially won the first 2 rounds and got absolutely obliterated in round 3. And somehow they got this into a draw. Now, this is crazy because I think in a schoolyard, Adrian Yanez won the fight, clearly, because he basically knocked out Ricky Simon a second before the bell. He got saved by the bell, if anything. And so, but Adrian Yanez did kind of get outstruck and outpaced in round 1 and 2. Not outpaced, but kind of outstruck in round 1 and 2. Outpositioned as well. He was on the back foot, so I think the judges take that into consideration now. Whoever's on the aggression side is winning the fight, even if they get a couple of strikes less. So I can see how Ricky Simon won round 1 and 2. I just cannot see how the third round was a 10-8, considering that it was very competitive through the entire 5 minutes until the last 10 seconds where Adrian Yanez clearly won. That does not entail a 10-8, but that would mean that Ricky Simon won the fight, and he didn't win the fight. He really got fucked up. And last and certainly least, we got Alexia Fainada winning a decision against Bruna Brazil. Bruna Brazil looked a little bit better than I thought she would, and Alexia Fainada looked a little bit worse than I thought she would, or quite a bit worse. So, very uneventful fight, regular WMMA fight, and it is what it is. Now, the fight in general, pretty good. Honestly, I'm going to give it like a 6.5, but with the Alexa Grasso KO, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5. So, that's it for this card, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.